The cool thing to do in the year 2026 is going to be to write a book and become a published author. Yes, you. Doesn't matter what kind of book, if it's fiction, nonfiction, doesn't matter, to write a book and become officially an author. Now, even though it's easier than ever to do this with all the tools available, you're going to run into this problem, and I have the best solution for you. So, inevitably, it goes something like this. Whenever you start to go down the rabbit hole of how to actually become a published author, usually the first thing you think about is like the traditional way. So you start looking at being published by traditional book publishing companies, whether they're big ones or a little bit less known ones, where they will help you along the way, but then you will eventually scrap that idea most of the time, not always, most of the time, scrap that idea, get out of your head, probably because of one or two reasons. Either one, they're just not looking at you, they're not accepting your book, or two, because you're like, ooh, they're gonna take a lot of my profits. I might as well just go the more independent route. We have social media, I can promote my book and I keep the profits. Okay. So then as you start to go more into the rabbit hole, you're like, well, what does it take to become an independently published author? And you're going to find the answer is that you need to buy an ISBN number, which is basically just like a social security number for your book. So it's recognized internationally. And for US citizens, to get it from the official source, to have one that's just your own ISBN number, nobody else's, and it's not attached to any other company, any other entity, you're going to have to pay 125 US dollars. Now, for the average Joe, that's a lot of money, especially if you're thinking about, well, I'm going to have prints for my book and this and that. And you're like, I don't want to spend $125 on a little number. So then you're like, are there any other options for an ISBN number? Probably this is going to be the next thing you're going to hear about. Free ISBN numbers from Amazon and maybe some other sources, but let's talk about the free one. So Amazon is the most popular free one that exists, and here's the problem with it. And like I said, we're going to get to a solution, but I just want you to know, like, trust me, go down the rabbit hole and you'll find that what I'm saying is it's going to be like this. But anyway, so the problem with the free ISBN number from Amazon, the biggest problem is that you're limited to their ecosystem. So you can like pretty much only sell on Amazon. To end up being able to sell in bookstores if that's your dream, or sell somewhere else, it ends up being a headache, and you can technically eventually make it happen. And long story short, you just want to avoid that problem of them controlling you and you being primarily confined to the Amazon ecosystem, because now with the internet, you have so many options available. You don't want to be tied down to one thing. Most people don't. Okay. And so then from there, you're like, well, are there any other options for me to be able to get this special number without having to pay $125, without being locked into, one company where they're kind of like controlling me and keeping me in prison, right? Okay. Then you might go, is there a way I can buy cheap ISBN numbers? And then you're going to get a few Google page search results of some very sketchy websites that they'll sell you an ISBN number for somewhere between like 22 to $45, and they're sketchy. You look at the website, you're like, who owns this website? Who is this? Where do they come from? If I put in my credit card information on this website, are they going to just steal my credit card information? Like, I don't know. It kind of feels like you're like walking down like a sketchy alleyway and you're like, wow, I might find some good food down here, but I also might not make it out alive of this, right? That's what it feels like with these cheap ISBN number companies. Is the trustworthiness is just so here is the solution, my friend. If you feel like you're in that situation, you don't want to cough up to $125, you don't want to be limited, you want to have freedom where you keep all of your profits that you make, you can sell your book anywhere that you want to, and you just want to be able to get that special number, the ISBN number, without having to pay too much money. Well, my friend, welcome to Claren Bridge Publishing. We publish not all, but most books that are submitted to us, and you will get your ISBN number if you are accepted. And right now, one ISBN number is very affordable. So go check out what we do, clarenbridgepublishing.com. And if you have any questions, you can literally message me right now and I'll be happy to answer them.